Medieval magic has many similarities and differences to the two television shows I picked for this project. The television shows I picked are Supernatural and Merlin. Supernatural is about two brothers, Sam and Dean, that hunt monsters for a living while trying to keep their family together. Merlin is about a young boy, Merlin, that moves to Camelot to try to control his magic, only to discover that magic is outlawed. There is a warning on the rest of this slideshow. There are spoilers ahead. Witches in medieval magic. In the medieval period, many people were accused of witchcraft, but most of them were women. From a modern-day perspective, it is likely that women were persecuted because of some form of sexism. Educated people believed that women were inferior to men and were therefore more susceptible to demonic influence. Another reason women were often targeted to be killed for witchcraft is because villages needed a scapegoat for their problems, like crop failure, death or disease, spurned lovers, or political maneuvering. Alice Keitler, a wealthy woman in Kilkenny, was accused and executed with other women because they were seen making sacrifices to the devil to gain magical power. Women were often said to have had sex with the devil in order to gain power and their magic. Witches in Supernatural. There are two main types of witches in Supernatural. They are the borrower witches and the natural witches. Borrower witches, as seen in this picture, get their power from a demon in exchange for their soul when the witch dies. This ensures the witch will go to hell when the witch ceases to live. Natural witches are born with magic inside of them. Now, this does not mean this type of witch is always good. Rowena, this red-headed woman, is a neutral witch, meaning she will do anything as long as it benefits herself. However, in this other picture, we have the witch twins, as the fandom loves to call them, Alicia and Max Baines. They use their magic that Max inherited from their mother, another natural witch, to kill both borrower witches and natural witches that are hurting humans. Other magic users can perform spells, but they are not as powerful. Witches and warlocks versus sorcerers in Merlin. In Merlin, there are three types of people that can use magic. They are witches, warlocks, and sorcerers. Witches and warlocks are extremely rare because they are born with magic. Merlin, this picture right here, and Morgana are a warlock and witch respectively. Sorcerers, on the other hand, must be taught magic for years before they are proficient. For example, Gaius, the court physician of Camelot, and Merlin's great uncle, used to be a sorcerer before Camelot banned magic, but now uses science to determine what ails people. Magic is now banned in Camelot and could lead to execution if the magic user is caught. Witchfinders in medieval magic. The witchfinders in medieval society are very similar to the ones found in Merlin. Witchfinders were often some form of nobleman or higher status. Clergy members or political figures often dabble in witch hunting. Master Jehan, in Jehan de la Classe's pardon for killing a witchfinder, was supposedly a skilled physician. As seen in this picture right here, he is feeding some sort of magical herb to people. Richard Ledred, the witch finder that accused and burnt Alice Kettler at the stake, was the Irish bishop of Ossory. And here we see a sketch of a woman pleading for her life to a clergy member. Hunters and supernatural. Witchfinders and supernatural are called hunters. A hunter is a person, group, or family that hunts and kills supernatural creatures that are a danger to society and people. Sam and Dean, the main characters, as seen in this photo here, are a part of a hunter family with their father, John Winchester, here. Now, it was later found out that they were also a part of the Campbell family, which was their mother, Mary Winchester's family, and they were a famous group of hunters. Hunting is not a hobby or a job for these people. It is a lifestyle because of the danger involved in killing these creatures like witches. As Dean Winchester said in the very first episode of the series, saving people, hunting things, the family business. The reason why they are hunting these creatures is not just because of revenge, but to help people. These individuals become involved in hunting, usually through some sort of traumatic experience, like a loved one being murdered by a supernatural creature. This picture here is of a hunter named Bobby Singer. He is also considered a pseudo-uncle to Sam and Dean and helps them in many cases throughout the show. He got into the life, as the show calls it, because his wife got possessed by a demon and he was forced to kill her. Another example is John, Sam, and Dean became involved in the life when Sam and Dean's mom, John's wife, was burned on the ceiling by a demon they now refer to as Yellow Eyes or Azazel. An important aspect of their hunting is they do not kill creatures for sport because they are not harming humans. Witchfinders in Merlin. In Merlin, the witchfinder is of noble birth that finds evidence of witchcraft and brings it to the king for money. The witchfinder, pictured here, named Iridian, plants evidence of witchcraft where no evidence of witchcraft existed. To deal with the witchfinder in the episode The Witchfinder, Merlin puts a spell on Iridian to make him vomit frogs to make it seem like he was the sorcerer all along and was just trying to persecute other people for money. Bounty hunters also bring evidence of witchcraft to the king, but in a different way. The bounty hunter, pictured here, Halig, captures magic users and is rewarded with a sum of money. Note that bounty hunters rarely do this. They are usually involved in slave trading. Overall, magic takes many different forms. In the medieval era, in Supernatural, and in Merlin. Magic is used at birth, naturally, and in alchemy with Greek, Hebrew, and Islamic cultures, and given to women by the devil after they have slept with him, and is taught either through apprenticeship or from a priest or priestess. Personally, I think magic and the laws that govern it depend on what the people in that society believe about magic and if it is dangerous to people. Works cited and picture websites.